Hey everybody, Jochen Heiden here, and I'm back with the Lodrik versus Heiden game. This is the 29 January 1942 Turn 54 Combat Replay and Analysis. So the big activities in this turn are probably going to be the fall of Surabaya continues. We're trying to get our act together in Java. We have a lot of ships moving around near Celebes in the Dutch East Indies. We've got the usual shenanigans in China that we need to resolve. And we also got that big chess move going on in the Bay of Bengal with his 3 different task forces all around there. So let's see what happens this turn with all of that. Okay, and we are live with the 29th of January. Okay, so we just grabbed We Walk. Continuing unloading at Sabolga. Not a lot of activity right now. Would have hoped to have seen some of our subs doing something, but apparently not. Okay, get some task force moving around here. Oh, nice! Excellent! Excellent! Okay, S-38 went in on a suicide run into Ternate. I don't know if we're going to get out of there or not. It's particularly dangerous now if we take damage out here because we don't have a base to fall back to. Yep, see? We just took a hit. And we took another hit. Alright, so we got one torpedo. Wow, look what he's got here. So the S-38 gets one torpedo into the Saikai Maru. One torpedo on damage, on fire, heavy damage. That could go down. He's unloading an armada here. We got a patrol boat, a cruiser mine layer, an escort ship, 2 escort ships, 2 patrol boats. So quite a bit. We took 2 hits here, but it may not have been too much damage. Maybe worthwhile sticking in that grid one more turn. Let's listen to see if we can hear our favorite sound. Nope, we didn't hear it yet, but we'll listen for it. If we hear a sinking ship sound, we know it's going to be at Ternate. Okay, so these are our guys spotting stuff. Okay, so we got a 0 raid over Changsha. Oh man, what's up with that? Well, that was boring. He's afraid. He doesn't have his aircraft up to cap. That's what this is. Okay. Yep, he's not taking the bait, guys. Dang it. So it's looking like we're going to be taking a bombing raid at Changsha. Does quite a bit of damage to the runway. That's going to stop fort building for sure. Another raid here. Same thing. Oh, he's going for a the daily bombing there at Clark. He's trying to keep us from building forts there. Okay, this time we damage 4 lilies and destroy 1 with flak. He does get some good hits on the runway though. Alright, looks like he's softening this up for something. We take a lot of casualties for that raid, despite the heavy clouds in the terrain. Yep, he's trying to soften us up. These aren't going to do a lot of damage with severe storms, but they will slow us down. Okay, another raid on Changsha. Man, our flak is actually being effective today. So we damage 2 aircraft, and we claim 1 Sally by flak. So awesome. We could use that all day. Finally, we're shooting something down. So this unit's next to dead here. He's just trying to finish it off before we get to Pontianak. And he's well on his way to doing it, taking these kind of hits. That unit's about ready to melt. Wow, 11 Sonia's hitting us at why? Near Sion. We don't take any losses. Man! What a bummer. Alright, so all of this was just a big fighter sweep. I was trying to lure his fighters out of Chiang Mai, but I think he's afraid to fight us. He's scared. His Japanese pilots are trembling in their boots. Little cowards, and they won't come up and fight us, which is okay. We'll just see him when he comes over to us. Okay, a lot of ship activity near Vabal. Got a task force out there in the Java Sea now that we need to take a look at. Ah, oh, bomber. He's going for Sibaroit now. That was a port strike? A port strike. Okay. Well, the secret's out about Sibaroit. We may need to pack up and leave there now. Dang. Well, these brave guys are going to make an attempt here. I was hoping they'd go for this. Unfortunately, they don't get through it all. So the Hosho won. He's got some cap fighters up. Our 139s. I was hoping they'd go here, but they elected to go after a carrier. I don't know why. Okay. I doubt these guys get through either. Yep. That was a waste. Complete waste. Really stupid target selection. I don't know why they would go after that when they had a less protected task force closer. Oh, somebody just sank. You hear that? It's probably that AK that we hit with the torpedo. Okay, so we have a Japanese bombardment at Changsha. He's just really interested in burning up his supplies. And we'll let him. Actually, pretty good result for him today. 335 casualties, 7 squads total destroyed. Whatever, don't care. And another bombardment attack at South Sion. That's all he knows how to do. Minimal casualties there, but he actually loses a vehicle and has some disabled ones through our counterfire. These are much more sustainable losses here for us. Okay, got the bombardment. Clark. Minor casualties there. Alright, he's gonna come and take Langsa. We have a coastal gun battalion there, but they're not gonna be able to hold. Okay, and he captures that. And Spolga. This will fall. So that's it for the turn. Ooh. So it looks like we picked up an airfield on Chungking. Port at Pearl is built up even higher, which is just bonus. We'll see if we get any reinforcements here. Okay, a couple ships coming in. Some squadrons transferring. That's new. These group bases are new at Aden. All right, let's take a look at the intel. All right, we're back with the review of the turn. Let's see what we got here. Starting with the numbers, not the best day for us. 10 to 7 in his favor. We lose four more Dutch B-339s in an absolutely ridiculous attack that they made. Likewise, these 139s, 3 more of these also died in a stupid attack because very poorly executed. He lost 2 Libbies and a smattering of other aircraft, and once again, we lose more PBYs to ops losses. These losses are unsustainable at this rate. We need to figure this out because we're losing more than we can actually keep going. We also lose an H-81, which is the Flying Tigers P-40B. For the top pilots, 1 wounded, 4 KIA. I'm sure most of these are Dutch. I hope they are because I'm really pretty much sick of them. Take a look at the wounded pilot here. Okay, he's Dutch. Let's see if we can recover him. We got a couple guys down here. All right, I'm looking at the reserve. It does appear that we're not going to get all these guys back. Okay, so we need to retire this guy, retire this guy, retire this guy. They are wounded forever. All right, Army lost points. They ticked up a little bit for us, probably due to that loss at in Sumatra. His lost points are kind of more or less holding steady. Looking at ships sunk last turn, it's not reporting any, but we know we sank that AK at Ternate. We heard the sinking sound, and we know we put a torpedo into it. So we're definitely looking at more than this. Okay. All right, and we lost no ships last turn, which is great. Taking a look at the SIGINT. Let's see if we can find anything noteworthy here. Babel. Okay, oh, check this out. This is good to know. The 28th Shipping Engineer Regiment is loaded on AK Kosemaru, moving to Ternate. So he is definitely moving to do something at Ternate. I don't know what, but he's building it up. He's moving engineers there to build it up. So that would make sense based on the amount of ships that he's got there and what he's doing. Aha. And he's moving a tank regiment to Khalat Jadi, which is his beachhead in Java. All right, some good info there. I'm going to take a look at the combat report. And right off the bat, we can see he is sweeping mines at Surabaya. So all those mines that we had deployed there, he'll have them cleaned up in a few turns. So we've lost 70 mines there this turn alone. And this is information you're going to get from your combat report. When you click on it, you're not going to see it in the game. You really got to dig for this stuff. Yeah, so he's cleared a lot of mines. And all it's taken is 2 coastal minesweepers to do that. Look at that. 2 minesweepers got 70 mines in one day. Okay, look at the ops report. I'm going to just briefly scroll through this. See if we can glean anything important here. Look at this. Damaged PBY-5 Catalina from GVT-17 shot down on way home. Well, that explains that, right? This is the Dutch PBY-5. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in here. So he got Langsa and Sabolga. Upgrading some devices. That's always good to see. Huh. I wonder where these SPD-2s are coming from. I wonder if we upgraded something maybe. We may have upgraded some aircraft and these are some spares coming in. These are our ships. Okay, interesting. And the reinforcements we got this turn are in Aden. We need to get those moving. All right, let's talk about the situation. In China, it's pretty static right now. I'm just doing some troop redistribution around here, nothing substantial. These guys have been floating around here for like a month, so we're going to get them in within the next turn, and these guys will fall in with this massive force here. Looking in the center, he just keeps bombarding us here, but to no real avail. It's not really hurting us. In the south, we're still positioning for our final assault on his troops here, but the clock is ticking. He's definitely moving in here to try to break through here or break through here. So these guys are going to be here soon. I've moved more troops here. We got additional infantry and 2 anti-tank regiments, anti-tank gun regiments. So in case he wants to come at us with tanks, I got a little something for that. And the 37mm should be sufficient to take out his light Japanese tanks. So no good. And armored cars, things like that. So I feel confident we can hold here and here for a while. We just need a little more troops and a little more supply into Kukong to finish these guys off. And in the meantime, if you check this out, this unit somehow stuck in here, right? And now we're blocking supply for him. So we've got this road blocked off. So this unit is now going to be out of supply. So that's pretty cool, right? Even though these guys are on the shady side of death, it's still pretty cool that they're out here doing something, right? So I got to see if I can find a way to save this unit. I wonder if I maybe move it in here, and then he'll kill it. You know what? Let's try this. We'll start moving this way. All right, so that's basically what we got going on in China. It's pretty static right now. It's a stalemate. The only thing I really have a good handle on is stealing something down here, but I don't have a good handle on going up here. So we'll see what develops in the next few turns, but it's pretty much a massive stalemate. Looking at Burma, some interesting stuff is happening here. We're missing some ships. Okay. We still have this little annoying pesky fleet down here, but we had a 3-ship convoy that was down here. It's missing, and of course the battleships, which were about here, are missing as well. Now I also noticed that almost none of my PBYs flew this turn. I'm wondering if we had really bad weather, and it does look like that might be the case. So we had bad weather here and here, so that easily could have prevented some of these PBYs from flying. Still, I'm surprised that we lost sight of 2 different task forces in this area, so it is a little concerning. We do need to get sight of that, and soon, because I don't know where he went. My guess is next turn when we do another sweep here, we'll catch him again. We gotta find him. I don't know. Where they went. Okay, so he captured Langsa and Sabolga this last turn. And I'm pretty sure next is going to be Sibaroit, so we're probably going to need to pack up these PBYs and move them somewhere else. Down here was where our failed attack went for the Dutch. I wanted them to attack these ships. Look at this. Okay. But instead, they attacked this, which is very frustrating to me because it's not what I wanted them to do. You would think that they would go after the shortest distance stuff, right? But they didn't. They went after this that had fighter cover, and we lost 7 aircraft due to this. It's upsetting, and I wish I had more control over where our pilots did their naval strikes, but it's entirely up to the the aircraft squadron leaders, and I don't like that about this game, that is automated to that level. I want control over where they go. I want to be able to tell them, hey, if you're gonna naval strike, go here or go here, but don't just go random, because random gets us weird stuff. In Java, it looks wow. So when I mouse over this time, check out the damage. The port 94, repair shipyard wrecked, light industry wrecked, refinery wrecked, oil, heavy industry, everything is wrecked. So our engineers did an excellent job taking out Surabaya and rendering it heavily damaged for him. What he can fix without a lot of effort is the port damage. Some engineers can patch that up, and he can at least have the port operating. But what will cost him is building up all this industry. So think about this: everything in the parentheses, right, requires 1,000 supply per point of damage to repair if you want to repair it. So the shipyard would cost 7,000. The light industry would cost 35,000. The refinery would cost 148,000 supply points to put back to normal. So it's almost not even cost effective as a Japanese player to repair some of these things, because like you don't have that kind of supply to begin with, and to be using it to repair some of these things, it doesn't make sense. So the longer you can prepare and stay in a base, the better chance, and the more engineers you have, the better chance you have on destroying the heck out of it. So that's what appears to have happened to Surabaya. So we've left that a smoldering ruin for him, which is bad for him, good for us. Can't say I'm that upset about it, but you know, whatevs. These guys are retreating back towards Bandoang. We do have these guys sitting here chilling, getting stronger every day. We're also moving back into Batavia because I feel comfortable having this amount of mines. That makes it suicidal to come in and bombard. He's moving troops as well, but I think we got a head start on him. So we're already 14 miles, 12 to 14 miles ahead of him in this hex, moving this direction. And this is a major road. So within 1 to 2 turns, we will be in Batavia faster than he can get there. And then we'll be able to sit behind these nice fortifications and just wait. So that's a total of 413 AV, which I know is more than he's even got here. So Batavia is going to be a real pain for him to take. So between Bandoang and Batavia, I'm pretty confident we can hold out in Java for a while. And then these guys are on their way to Bandoang as well. But honestly, I'm actually thinking it might be better to just keep them going all the way to Batavia, to have another engineer unit there just to kind of help patch stuff up. Even though this one's almost completely destroyed, wouldn't hurt to have it there. Well, I take that back. No, it wouldn't. We're gonna go to Bandoang so they can actually rebuild this thing, because it has almost nothing left. Yeah, Batavia is not a good call, but Bandoang is. All right, looking here in this area, we have his carrier here doing something. I don't know where they're moving northeast. I wonder if they're heading back to rearm. We have another carrier task force here, and it appears what he's trying to do is bait an attack. See all the fighters? They're going to be on cap, and he wants us to attack him, and I'm not taking that bait. We'll wait for him to clear up before we attack again. Over here is where we scored that hit on his AK. It didn't appear to be loaded because we didn't. Well, if it was, I don't know what was in it. We took a little bit of damage here on the S-38, but not much. It's good enough that I want to stay in the hex and try one more turn doing that. And actually, I kind of want to do this too. Let's send some more. This guy, I almost want to send it back. So we may need to be playing with subs here for a little while. I think that might be the play. We're going to use our subs and see if we can disrupt anything. So that's the Dutch East Indies, okay? What is this here? Ah, okay. This is the damaged sub that we got out of Surabaya. We're sending it down to Perth to get patched up. And the Porpoise is on its way back to Japan, but I might detour him up here on the way to see if he can do some damage. Tankers heading to Abaddon. Supplies heading to Port Hedland to keep these PBYs supplied. And here, check this out. We used the AD Blackhawk to transfer fuel, because this thing carries a lot of fuel. We used it to put fuel in these ships now so that we can actually get these back into Perth and back in action. There's some good ships in here. This is the last of the ships that were in the Dutch East Indies, and I was able to get these out, but they've been at sea forever. So we're gonna get them back into Perth, get some rearmed, refueled, and move them around where we need them. But like the AD, this AS, the AR, these are ships that I need. The AO, I could use that. These tankers are good tankers. So I'm glad that I was able to get these ships out. We got another 30,000 fuel coming into Perth here, which is always a welcome sight. Airfield's coming up nicely. We're going to build up the fort. Perth is going to be a hard target here pretty soon. And as you can see, we're building up our garrison substantially. And we're about to have some American troops show up here. So, and we can rebuild the 3rd Australian Division on top of that. So, we got 2 Australian divisions which are rebuilding. American tanks, American stuff coming here. Perth is going to be hard to take. He can take all the rest of it, I don't care, but he ain't getting Perth. Taking a look over here, we're continuing to get convoys into Sydney. Some of these were loaded with some good stuff. We're going to delete. Okay, so this is unloading the American stuff, which we desperately need, which will be going to Perth. This brought in aircraft, so now we're just unloading some supply. Yeah, so let's see what we got in here for aircraft now. Yeah, got some P-39s, which are coming up nicely on the training. You can see that they're already over 60. We got some buffaloes, some marine buffaloes, which are actually pretty well trained. 66 and 60. I might work on some strafing here, but the air numbers are actually really good here. Look at these. Some of these guys are some killers, man. Okay. We got an SBD Dauntless unit, which is going to be deadly to any ships that we can get a hold of. We're going to keep them training for a bit, but this is a good unit as well. So, yeah, we got more aircraft in there. We got more troops. Look at this tank battalion. We're going to be sending that guy straight to Perth. And this infantry regiment is appears to be fully intact. So now we will strategic move that guy also over to Perth. Man, Perth is going to be hard to take at this point. We're going to have over 1,000 AV there soon. And we've got more coming. All right, and we got some fuel coming in. We got supply coming in. So our situation in Australia is getting better by the day. Got fuel coming in here. This is coming all the way from Cape Town. So, yeah, any fuel issues that we're having, any supply issues that we're having in Australia, as you can see, the supply level is fantastic at Sydney. Plenty to distribute all through here. Yeah, so we're sitting pretty on fuel and supply here, and we got troops and aircraft coming in. Australia's looking really strong. I'm happy about it. And then I got a little surprise for Lodrik here. Check this out. Surprise, buddy. I'll be sending in some ships here this next turn. I've got the New Orleans 2 destroyers and 2 AMCs that are going to be hopping in here. And let's see, that is at mission speed. That's going to be 6 hexes. So we're actually going to take it up to full speed to get them into that hex quickly. Max react 6. Look at that aggression on that. Look at the aggression level on that task force commander that I assigned. He's hungry, dude. He wants a piece of that action. So I'm hoping these guys come in here next turn and wreck Lodrik. Because if you check, we're not even spotted. Tulagi raiding party. My prediction, massive casualties. I cannot wait for this, guys. This is going to be the crown jewel of our battle of our turn next turn is when we come into Tulagi and pillage and destroy it. And once we destroy it, we're going to come in here with some more stuff and maybe even think about taking it. Maybe we'll even go for an attack. Why not? I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun. We got him, dude. He's so in trouble. Yeah, so all he's got are some APDs and some light ships there and a bunch of, and these, they're not cruisers, those are actually AKs and cargo ships. So if they're still unloading here, which I'm sure they are with the port capacity of 1, it takes them forever to unload. So we're going to get in here next turn and just wreck them. Oh, can't wait. And then in the meantime, he's still allowing us to get supply into Port Moresby. I'm sending 1 AKL at a time. I'm not trying to get crazy here. And, you know, we're going to, at 1,700 supply at a time, we'll get this built up. And we may actually be able to get this unit out of here because it looks like he pulled off his oh, uh-oh. 4 APs moving west. Oh, dang. He may be going for Gazmata. Dang it. Well, that could be an issue, guys. We may need to deal with that. So we'll do our best to do so. Anyway, so that's what's going on down here. We did spot this guy here, this task force, this enemy sub. But I set all of my aircraft here to be on sub patrol. So we've got him clearly sighted. And he's going to have a hard time getting in here. So we're going to be able to get some supply into this area and get these little exclamation points relieved. We'll take one last, I want to wrap this video up, but we can take one last look at the sub base in Adak, which is coming along so well. We're unloading fuel here now. The port and the airfield are coming up. We have a ton of engineers. Okay. Look at all the troops we got in here now. We have 127 garrison. These are just ships that I'm pulling out because I didn't want them just here just to get blown up. We have this ship here, the Tuna, which was, remember, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was heavily damaged off of Tokyo, right? But we brought it back and we've just been doing pier side repair. And while we can't get rid of this flooding damage, I'm okay sending it back out with 1 major point of damage. That's okay. So the sub base here is working. We need to get a repair ship up here, and we could have taken care of that 1 point. But other than that, it's going well. So I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching it. I really appreciate it. I'm happy with the way things are going. I'm really excited to see what happens down here next turn. I don't think he has a clue what's coming, so it's going to be really good. And even if somebody goes and rats me out and tells me that I'm coming, there's nothing he can do about it because it turns with me. So he's already made his moves. So unless these guys move off next turn, we got him. So stay tuned to the next one, and we'll see how this ends. See you later.